Hey lovelies! Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be testing out the cat's eye polish I got from Makartt and the blooming polish. I'm also going to leave some timestamps just so that you can zoom ahead to what you're interested in if you don't want to watch the whole video. So I'm starting off with number 16. It's like a very beautiful gold color. Oh wow. Literally liquid gold. If I could name this, I would name this the Midas Touch. So something I learned from watching different tutorials was some people use too little product, and when you tried to use the magnet, it just wasn't very dynamic. So I definitely want to use a healthy amount, but not too much. So I watched a lot of different tutorials on different ways to move the magnet to make it more dynamic. And as you see with the rectangle one, as I'm moving it along like this sidewalls, so magical! As I'm moving it along the sidewalls and everything, I was trying to create like a marble effect. I'm kind of going in between different methods, just trying to see how the product moves around. Really enjoyed doing it from the underside. Obviously, if you're not doing it on a swatch, you can't do that on your natural nail because you have your finger in the way. But with the swatch, it's very satisfying to put it under the nail and watch the magnetic polish move. As soon as you do have the design you want, make sure you cure it right away as it does begin to slowly fall. So now we're going in at number 20. This is a beautiful galaxy color. One thing I didn't show, there's probably only one time that I showed myself doing it. It's a very good idea for you to roll the product in your hands, and that's the best way to move it around so that you get the best application. Wow, look at that. I should have really just stopped there, but I wanted to continue to play with the magnet and just see like the glory of each one. I really like that inside this color specifically, there's a really beautiful blue and purple.
Cause we've been told that's the way our world goes round. Walking on the grounds we've always known, stepping on the footprints in the snow. But when it melts, the other ways will show. We're gonna make the footsteps on our own. That life can wait, just for a while. That life can wait. So take that aside and just go on.
Wow, this emerald is to die for. Remember the Emerald City in The Wizard of Oz? Oh, just instantly, that just mesmerized me. I really love these colors because even if you decided to do like literally each nail a different color, it would still be cohesive. Like each polish is so dynamic. Or you could just use one for the whole set. It doesn't matter, but it's just so beautiful and really fun to work with. This was the fun moment when I realized I had taken time to write the numbers of each one down, and I had put it into like a shot glass so I could individually pick them out. And as I was picking them out and applying the color, I wasn't like corresponding the proper number. So I ended up pretty much tripping out and having to go back and look at each color to make sure I wasn't double swatching something. As you see the magnetic polish moving around, you can literally choose any design you want. So you can really have fun playing around with the magnet until you get your desired design. Or if you've played around with it too much and you don't like it, as you see me do, you can just reapply the polish and do it again. Oh goodness, so this purple coming up is so divine. I think I'd call her the Midnight Train. She is so beautiful. I'm just absolutely mesmerized by her. So as I was filming this cat's eye testing, I had two lights going because I wanted to really capture the beautiful magnetic polish. But with that, I couldn't really see, like as I looked in my viewfinder, I couldn't see how dynamic it was. So there's a few times that I kind of fan it out and move it back and forth because I'm really trying to make sure you guys, the viewers, can see how dynamic this polish is. I am really happy with the footage though. So this is really where I realized that there is a thing as too thick. This was thickums. You definitely have to use a healthy amount of the product, but not too much because then the magnet has trouble moving the product around. So that is something I learned. And I'm happy that I made this mistake because when you're really playing with this product, you really do have to know how it works, how much to apply, and how long to leave the magnet to get the desired design. So it's all trial and error. So technically, if you were doing like a galaxy nail, you could be happy with that and kind of just like paint on top of it, but it wasn't the desired design that I wanted, so I end up just wiping it all off and restarting. I did want to show you the end of this wipe. Can you see how dynamic those colors are? You can really see the different hues that are in each one. It's very beautiful. It's another really beautiful thing when you're working with gel in general, like gel polishes or any kind of gel product. I really like the fact that essentially you have as much time as you want, unless the product is leveling too much, like if you're working with builder gel or something like that. But when you're like dealing with gel polishes, I really love that, like, if you make a mistake, you can clean it up with a brush with some alcohol, or, you know, like completely wipe it off and try again. Like, I really love that if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. You can just wipe it with some alcohol and keep moving.
This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days, searching for your praise. But is it even there to find? Is there a chance for me to learn your memory?
So earlier I spoke to you guys about a mess up I had with the corresponding numbers to the actual gel polish I was using. So quickly I'm just removing those numbers just so that I don't have a false reading on, like, number 33 is this. I didn't want to have it completely messed up. Again, I got into the zone, and that's really why that mistake happened. I did have it in my heart to make sure that the numbers corresponded to the actual polish I was using, but that didn't end up happening. Next video! As I said, like, thank you guys for following this journey, because, you know, there'll be a few mistakes, but that's a part of the fun. We gotta learn. Perfection, you know, I think we get really caught up in perfection a lot, and there's nothing wrong with being, like, very proud of your work, but there's always room for improvement. And I think if you're ever growing, then you're doing something right. So this was like take 2 on that design nail that I was trying to use a bunch of colors on. I decided to be a little bit more thin with the product, but not so thin that I wouldn't get those dynamic lines in it. So to make this design a little more dynamic, I wanted to go in with like a liner brush or a detailed brush and really make some designs. The only thing I wasn't happy with this detail brush, at least, it wasn't, how do I say, it wasn't as precise as I wanted it to be. So I didn't really get the exact, like the little stars I was drawing, they weren't as sharp as I wanted them to be. So I'm gonna definitely have to go to like an artistic brush store or maybe find something different on Amazon. But it just, I wasn't exactly happy with this brush.
Girl, get in position.
So right here is when the wheels fall off, and I was trying to create this beautiful star and it was not happening. So with gel, as I was saying earlier, you can wipe it off, and honestly that just made me so happy because the little star underneath it looked a lot better than the one I painted on top. So voila! I wanted like a milky galaxy kind of look, so I kind of wrinkled up some saran wrap and just put a little bit of the gel polish on that so I could kind of get that like spray look almost. Have stuck around until now, I am sending you a round of applause. We are now in our blooming polish section of this try on. I know I said it like clothes, but that's okay. We are trying this product. So I wanted to, for the first nail, try a top coat. There's two different methods when you're doing the blooming. You can put a top coat and then drop your product, or you can wipe your nail with rubbing alcohol and then apply. The only thing is again, I got into the zone and I forgot that, especially if you're doing it with a top coat, once you get the design how you want it, you have to cure it before you apply the top coat or you will destroy the design. Whereas if you clean the nail off with some rubbing alcohol and then you do your design and let it dry, it will not smudge. So because of that, I ended up making a little mistake later on in the video. But again, that's okay. That's what we're here for. Not to make mistakes, but a part of learning is that trial and error. Wow, isn't that so satisfying and just so beautiful? So with the blooming polish, as with any product, there is like a little bit of a learning curve. And it's really important to know that you really do need to manipulate it a little bit with that alcohol to really get that true blooming, like beautiful action. And you have to make sure that it evaporates, because if you do not have it fully evaporate, when you apply your top coat, you're gonna have that gross smudging, and it's just gonna destroy all that beautiful work you've done. So I would suggest, if you do get this product, if you have any kind of swatches or anything like that, play with that first, because you learn how the product runs, and then when you apply it on yourself, you kind of quickly learn and you won't have an issue. Basically, what I'm getting at is, if you are too fast with the application of the blooming gel, you're going to have a lot of the product seep all around your cuticles, and it will dye. Not dye actually, but it will dye your skin the color, and you probably don't want that. So just be really mindful if you do see the product seeping onto your skin, that you just wipe that off with some rubbing alcohol. So another thing that's really important is that you do multiple fingers at once. So you can lay out your design for one nail, then go to the next nail and start beginning to apply that blooming gel. And then once you've completed that, you can go back to the first nail and manipulate it a little bit, and then continue going. So if you're doing, for instance, switching between all 5 fingers, you'll give each nail that proper time to really evaporate. And I found just working on multiple nails was the better route than just doing one at a time, because you do have to have that additional drying time.
This could be good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days, searching for your praise. But is it even there to find? Is there a chance for me to learn your memories? Will I slowly lose my mind? 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 Will I slowly lose my mind?
I wanted to do blooming gel that almost looked like a crystal geode that you could see through but still had those dynamic colors. So on this clear swatch, that's what I attempted to do.
Lost in your maze, stuck in your gaze. I
One of my beautiful subscribers called this a creamy teal. I definitely agree. Now that I've given each nail ample dry time, now I can go in with my top coat, and as you can see, there's no smudging happening, so I've waited enough time. This Galaxy nail didn't exactly turn out how I wanted, but I still thought she was very pretty. So if I actually had a stamping kit at this time, I would have put a beautiful black stamp over that, and I think it would have been perfect. But since I didn't, I actually end up going in with some nail art foil. It wasn't 100% centered, so I wasn't exactly happy with that, but it still left a really cool effect. So this is the part that makes my tummy drop after all that beautiful work. Destroyed. So I should have cured it at that point and then applied the top coat, and it would have been really beautiful, but I didn't remember that that was the one nail I was trying the top coat method versus cleaning the nail off with rubbing alcohol. As you can see with the white base, there was some staining on that nail from the blooming gel, so that's no different than your skin. So just be aware that if any of the product does get on your skin, it's not the end of the world, but just make sure you take a brush and clean up that area so it doesn't have enough time to stain. As I give that pink, purple, and blue nail a little time to evaporate, I took out some gold foil, and I should have used tweezers, but it still ended up working really well with me just tearing it up in my hands and placing it. And because I applied a nice top coat, it had that beautiful tacky layer that just allowed the foil to adhere so beautifully, and then I applied another top coat. But that just created, it finished the look so well that it became this beautiful marble, just, I can't even describe it. I was just so happy with it.
Shiny star, giving, receiving, changing, believing, only then we could start. Feel like.
This blue marble smoke, I don't even know, it's just stunning. And when I added that gold in there, woo, she purty.
position. Girl, get in position. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but girl, get in position. Girl, get in position. I'm keeping it 100. Not a fan of playing tricks to get you in the bedroom. What you see is what you pick, so don't get too excited. Cause I may not be the best you ever score, but I'll focus on the present. Cause I don't need a fantasy anymore. Girl, get in position. Girl, get in position. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but girl, get in position. Girl, get in position. Get in position if you're ready for love. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you're ready for love.
Good for me. Lately I was feeling like I need a purpose. But when you talk to me, give me the impression that I won't scratch your surface. And I could walk for days, searching for your praise. But is it even there to find?
So right now I'm going in with the Makartt nail glue for the foil. That's my beautiful puppy's feet. So there is a little bit of a smell to this. It's not very strong, but I just wanted to give a small warning that if you're sensitive, that there is a little bit of like a chemical smell to it. But it is a very strong glue, so I'm not completely surprised by that. Ensure that you cure the glue for the full time, the full minute, before you apply your nail foil, your nail art foil, because if you don't, it will not stick correctly. So while this beautiful pink purple and blue marble nail or smoke nail is evaporating, I just wanted to quickly say thank you. Thank you so much for sticking around. I know this is a longer video, but I was trying a bunch of different products, so I wanted to give each product the proper time and not just zoom through it for the sake of a short video. I will be leaving, like obviously if you've made it this far, you didn't use them, but I will be leaving timestamps in the description just so that people can zoom through if they're only wanting to look at the cat's eye, or if they only want to look at the blooming polish, or if they only want to see the final look, because I'm gonna put some pictures at the end of this video, and I'm also gonna leave my Instagram if anybody wants to go over and follow that. It would mean the world. So if there's any products or any ideas that anybody has that you would like me to try in the next video, please comment down below and let me know. I'd really appreciate that. I just hope that you guys are having an amazing day and that you've enjoyed this video. We have about 10 more minutes left, and at the end of that 10 minutes you'll have the last looks and everything else. But during this evaporation time on this nail, I just wanted to take some time and really talk to you guys. So as I grow and learn, obviously the structure is going to change in my videos, but I was wondering, is anybody interested? Like, I am a huge lover of movies and television. So I was wondering if I do like a nail set, and talk about a different movie or TV series, like would you guys be interested in that? Or is this mostly like educational, like you'd rather me talk about the products and like different techniques and how to use them? I'm just really interested to know. So if you guys would be, or like wouldn't mind listening to a review of a movie or a TV show as I'm painting my nails, let me know, because that is something that I've been thinking about. So finding the proper placement is really important, and you're not going to want to make any contact with that foil in the nail or it will transfer. So I was just kind of looking around, figuring out exactly what design I wanted to do before I basically made them kiss, because the moment there's that contact, it's going to adhere. As I found out right here, because it wasn't exactly straight, but it was too late. Yeah, though this geode nail didn't exactly turn out how I wanted, I was still pretty proud of it. It was definitely a cute nail. I'm actually really happy that I ended up testing out the foil on this video, because there's a pretty large amount of things that I tried. So I tried the cat's eye polish, I tried the blooming polish, and I also technically tried a nail art foil. So there's 3 different products in this video for you to look at. So my lovelies that made it to the end of this video, I love ya. You are so amazing, and I hope that you're doing well in this pandemic. I send you a big hug.
It's the same road we're walking down, same job, same town. 'Cause we've been told that's the way our world goes round. Walking on the grounds we've always known, stepping on the footprints in the snow. But when it melts, the other ways will show. We're gonna make the footsteps on our own.
Ooh, that reveal though. So this was my first time trying any of these products, and honestly, I found them so easy to work with, so fun, and just so stinking beautiful. The last looks are only a couple minutes away, and I just wanted to reiterate again, your support means the world to me. I am just a girl with a hobby, and I have a lot of chronic pain that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. And this is just a little outlet for me. A little bit of art, sparkles, beauty, a little magic. to just change my day. And honestly, getting to share this with you guys means the world. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate you to leave a comment down below and like it, and just share it with any of your friends if you could. It really helps the channel. This mini lamp works so well, so if you could just bear with me, this is just the last final cure before I can show you last looks. I'm so excited.